Hello everybody, my name is Daniel, and this is why I gave Hustlers a B. Hustlers is about a group of strippers who turned to scamming Wall Street to lead after suffering from the recession of 2008. More specifically, it focuses on the relationship between Constance Wu's Destiny and Jennifer Lopez's Ramona, the friendship, the hardships they have, and it's just a movie about their lives. You can compare Hustlers to a couple of things, mainly The Big Short, Goodfellas. Me personally, this was Wolf of Wall Street if Wolf of Wall Street focused on the relationship between Jonah Hill and Leo DiCaprio. It's not really about why they turned to scamming people. It's not really about the ins and outs of the stripping world, even though you do get glimpses of it. It's more about just who these particular people are, how they develop their friendships, how they grow apart, how they go through hardships, and they develop this plan together. It's very much about the people. And so what I really like is that director Lorene Scafaria knows exactly who she's getting, why she's getting them, and how to bring them to their full potential. It's not just Constance Wu and Jennifer Lopez, even though they're fantastic. The rest of the supporting cast works really well. I very much enjoyed Keke Palmer. I think she's funny. And there's a running bit with Lili Reinhart that actually made me laugh out loud. Even like smaller roles like Cardi B and Lizzo, and even the extras she gets as some of the Wall Street guys. This is an example of a movie where casting directors deserve their own Oscar, because everyone that's cast in this movie, you just know exactly why they're there. If they're supposed to be a Wall Street guy, if they're supposed to be punchable, then by God, they've got a punchable face and they act punchable. Just all the performances work really well, and in a movie where you could fear some of these side characters not really shining, I found something to like about everybody. And even though I didn't care for everybody in the supporting cast as much as I wanted to, I still cared. Let's go into the heavy hitters. For me, it's Constance Wu. She just has the greater arc. She starts out kind of like as this stripper, very naive, kind of inexperienced, and Jennifer Lopez is the older, wiser, takes her under her wing, almost literally at one point. And I loved how Constance Wu was able to shed so much light on this character, where whether it be from her inexperience and her nervousness to her growing intelligence when she starts to get involved in the scam, you start to see her kind of rise to the ranks of Jennifer Lopez, and you start to see them more as two sides of one coin, where Ramona has the street smarts, Destiny's got the intelligence, and she's the one to say, wait, let's stop, let's do it this way so we don't get caught, da-da-da-da-da. I really like the way she develops. I love what she has to do. She has a huge range of emotions she has to go through, and Constance Wu just delivers on every single thing. I think she's the standout from this film. But we're talking about Jennifer Lopez. I mean, Jennifer Lopez, outside of the Toronto International Film Festival, people were saying Jennifer Lopez should get some Oscar attention for this, supporting actress. And as far as I can tell, I don't think the actress lineup, supporting actress, is really, like, not a lot of people are talking about it, so yeah, I could kind of see a world where Jennifer Lopez, who is ferocious and has presence and just commands the screen. She has most of the best lines in the film. She's really on fire here. She's at 100. I really did have a lot of fun with how they were able to just kind of let Jennifer Lopez run wild and really just let her kind of be the mastermind of everything. And then you get to see that dynamic with Constance Wu like I built earlier. Other than that, I started thinking about Oscar potentials for something like this, and I've come up with the sound design, because the movie is just playful. It gets to do these really cool things with dropping the sound, changing the way the sound builds up, and all that is kind of mixed in really well. You hear a lot of music mixed in with dialogue, and it all drops at pretty much a great time. And be honest, I know this is a really long shot, especially since we have movies from Scorsese and that Sam Mendes movie coming out, but I was really impressed by the editing. This is very flashy, kind of choppy editing. The story is kind of told out of order sometimes. There's moments where you have, this isn't accurate, but the best way I can describe it is dream sequences, and you get to see characters like jump between moments in time, and the movie never really loses me. And there are some editing moments where I thought, wow, like, I didn't expect that moment to work, but the way it was edited made it work. This movie was just throwing everything at me, whether it be performances or editing or camera techniques. I had a lot of fun just like looking at these things like, oh, this shot hasn't cut yet. That's kind of cool. I really like the blocking of this. If you're a film nerd and you're really paying attention to the kind of behind the scenes of this stuff, I think this is really cool, like fruit by the foot. You know, it's not gonna sustain you for the whole day, but you'll go from like raspberry to like watermelon to a blue raspberry flavor as you go down the fruit by the foot, and yeah, it'll be pretty good. What doesn't work about Hustlers? I like a lot of the emotional gut punches. There's not many of them. I really wish this were a movie that just knocked me flat on my ass and really made me like feel for these characters. I think I wanted to feel more, and as we kind of go towards the end of the movie, I didn't quite get as much of that as I would like. There's also can be a bit of confusion as to what this movie's about, because it's not like this whole movie is just the fun and just the crazy scam and just the characters. There's a little commentary tossed in there about the American economy and how our whole country is like full of this hustlers mentality. But I honestly think it comes a little too late. And so being wishy-washy about that kind of stuff never really worked for me. And that's my time. Thank you very much for watching. If you want to keep learning and talking about movies with me, go ahead and subscribe to the channel below. But right now, it is time for you to choose your own adventure. On the left, you've got my review of It Chapter 2, and on my right, you have the second episode of the Blu-ray Blind Buy, where I buy Blu-rays blindfolded in a Best Buy. So, you've got a decision to make, choose your own adventure, and I will see you next time.